हाय गाइस, गुड इवनिंग। कैसे हैं आप लोग सब लोग? तो दिस इज द lecture in continuation with the last two lectures. Now today what we'll do is we'll solve as many questions as possible on the topics till now that we have discussed. Okay. So if you have not seen the previous videos, I would suggest कि आप please just go back and आप उन सब videos को फिर से देखें. Try solving the examples again and try to solve them on your own, because only then the learning happens. And then follow up with this video. Okay. So these are just questions based on the concepts that we have covered till now. Okay. So let's begin with the first question. Now it says when Saurav increases his speed from 20 kilometer to 25 kilometer per hour, he takes 1 hour less. Just a second. Yes, just a second. Yeah. He takes 1 hour less than the usual time to cover certain distance. What is the distance usually covered by him? So again, इसको draw करके समझते हैं so that we get more clarity. So there would be his since he's traveling between mostly he's traveling between 2 points. Let them be A and B. And उसकी केस वन में स्पीड है 25, सॉरी 20 किलोमीटर पर आवर. एंड लेट्स से इस केस में वो उसे टाइम लगता है T. ठीक है. एंड सर्टेन डिस्टेंस है, तो लेट D बी द डिस्टेंस. फाइंड आउट दिस. एंड दूसरा केस में बोल रहा है कि 25 किलोमीटर पर आवर पे वो स्पीड बढ़ा देता है. एंड ही टेक्स 1 hour लेस देन द यूजुअल टाइम. तो दिस इज द यूजुअल टाइम. ठीक है. और 1 घंटा लेस, मतलब अगर उसको इस पहले केस में टी टाइम लगा था तो इस केस में T-1 आवर्स लगेंगे. ठीक है, ये आवर्स में है. नाउ अगेन आप इसमें देखें कि ए और जो बी पॉइंट्स हैं ये फिक्स्ड हैं. एंड बोथ द केसेस द डिस्टेंस बीइंग ट्रेवल्ड इज द सेम, दैट इज डी. तो इसमें कौन सा कॉन्सेप्ट लग जाएगा? If you go back, this is the first category of questions that we discussed. In this case, distance is fixed, is constant. और या तो जब डिस्टेंस कांस्टेंट होता है तो वी यूज द रिलेशन S1 T1 equals to S2 T2. Now applying these things, what do we have? We have S1 S2 we have. और t के बारे में हमें बस t की वैल्यू नहीं पता, बट we can put in these variables. So that way we have. So putting in the values, what we get is 20 into, let's say, usual time T is equals to 25 into the new time, it is T minus 1. Now solve this equation, you will find the value of T. So solving it, what we get is uh, 20T equals to 25T minus 25. So this implies आपका 5T equals to 25. This implies T is equals to 5 hours. ठीक है. अब टाइम आपको ये, दिस इज द यूजुअल टाइम इंटू यूजुअल स्पीड विल गिव यू दिस डिस्टेंस. तो डी इज इक्वल्स टू आपका 5 into 20, विच इज 100 किलोमीटर. ठीक है. तो दिस इज वन मेथड. इसको एक और तरीके से भी किया जा सकता है. एंड ट्राई एंड अंडरस्टैंड दैट. ये थोड़ा उसी उस कॉन्सेप्ट से रिलेटेड है जहाँ मैंने इस तरह का एक क्वेश्चन मैंने पहले भी लिया था. जब मैं एग्जांपल शो कर रहा था उसमें मैंने आई यूज द कॉन्सेप्ट रेशियो एंड प्रोपोर्शन वेरिएशन का, रेशियो प्रोपोर्शन वेरिएशन को यूज करके वी कैन वर्क अराउंड इट. सो लेट्स सी दैट आल्सो. सो लेट मी कॉल दिस एज मेथड 1. तो मेथड 2 को भी देखते हैं. सो आप देखिए केस 1 से यहाँ पे स्पीड में क्या हो रहा है. व्हाट इज 25 एज कंपेयर टू 20? कैन आई से दिस इज नथिंग बट रेशियो. देखिए इसका, दिस इज 5/4 टाइम्स. मतलब ये ऐसा हो रहा है ना. तो अगर ये वाला सेम डिस्टेंस कांस्टेंट वाला कॉन्सेप्ट लगा है, तो s इंटू टी इज इक्वल टू सम कांस्टेंट। सो जैसा हमने पहले डिस्कस किया था, अगर ये डबल हो जाता है तो इसको हाफ होना पड़ेगा इन ऑर्डर टू कीप द मल्टीप्लिकेशन कांस्टेंट, प्रोडक्ट कांस्टेंट। तो वही चीज है। अब देखिए यहाँ से 20 से स्पीड हो रही है 25, विच मीन्स कि ये 5/4 हो रही है। हाउ डिड आई अराइव एट दिस 5/4? नथिंग। तो 25/20 इज 5/4। So when the speed is increasing from 20 to 25, I can say that the speed is becoming from 20. Now the new speed is becoming 5/4 times its of its the old speed. तो 5/4 इंटू 20 आप करेंगे तो आपको 25 मिल जाएगा। ठीक है। तो इसी चीज को यहाँ पे देखते हैं। अगर स्पीड 5/4 टाइम्स हो रही है तो डेफिनेटली टाइम शुड बी लेस, टाइम कम होना चाहिए। तो कितना होगा, क्योंकि इसको इसका मल्टीप्लिकेटिव इनवर्स ही होगा। मल्टीप्लिकेटिव इनवर्स मतलब कि जैसे यहाँ पे टू टू कट रहा है और वन बच रहा है, वैसे यहाँ पे भी कुछ इसका उल्टा ही आना चाहिए ताकि ये कट कटा जाए और डिस्टेंस कांस्टेंट रह जाए। तो द टाइम शुड बिकम 4/5 इन ऑर्डर टू कीप द प्रोडक्ट कांस्टेंट। ठीक है। तो टाइम शुड बिकम 4/5, तो मतलब जो पहले टाइम लगा था उसका अभी 4/5 टाइम लगेगा। तो इनिशियल केस में द यूजुअल टाइम वाज टी। तो स्पीड बढ़ने के बाद द न्यू टाइम इज 4t/5। ऑब्वियसली इट मेक्स ऑल्सो सेंस कि अगर आपकी स्पीड बढ़ रही है तो टाइम टेकन शुड गो डाउन। ठीक है। और इसके बारे में हमको फर्दर इन्फॉर्मेशन भी दे रखी कि इन द केस व्हेन द स्पीड 25 किलोमीटर पर आवर, द टाइम टेकन इज 1 hour लेस देन द यूजुअल टाइम। अब वो इसको यहाँ अप्लाई कर लीजिए। कितना डिफरेंस आ रहा है इनमें? डिफरेंस इज व्हाट? ऐसे t - 4t/5 इज द टाइम सेव, विच इज t/5, and this t/5 is equals to what? 1 hour। इतना ही कम है ये। जो नया टाइम है, द न्यू टाइम इज लेस देन बाई ओल्ड टाइम बाई t/5, and this is also equals to 1 hour। So I can put in the value, तो t comes out to be 5 hours। अगेन देन इसके बाद डिस्टेंस निकालने का यही तरीका सेम। तो डिस्टेंस इज इक्वल्स टू 5 into 20, विच इज 100 किलोमीटर। ठीक है। तो ऐसे भी देख सकते हैं, दिस इज मोर faster way, but again this has you have to develop this habit of looking things at in this from this perspective। this is ये तो आप फिर भी आप कर सकते हैं, you can apply that directly to the concept and equation and you can get it। if you are able to apply this method, your thinking will improve many folds faster। okay, but anyways, any both the methods are correct, right, and you choose for yourself which method is better for you। ठीक है। चलिए, सॉल्व ऑल दी ऑफ दीज क्वेश्चन। जब क्वेश्चन पढ़ने के बाद में एक बार पॉज कीजिए एंड ट्राई टू सॉल्व इट योरसेल्फ एंड देन लुक एट द सॉल्यूशन। दैट्स हाउ यू विल बी एबल टू लर्न। ठीक है। चलिए, लेट्स मूव फॉरवर्ड टू द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन। ओके, देखिए, नाउ दिस सेज कि अमर, अकबर, एंथनी, ये एक पिक्चर के कैरेक्टर्स हैं। बहुत पुरानी पिक्चर है, उसका नाम भी अमर, अकबर, एंथनी ही है। तो उससे थोड़ा इंस्पायर्ड क्वेश्चन है, बस नाम ही इंस्पायर्ड है, बाकी कुछ नहीं। सो दे डिसाइड टू हैव रेस ऑफ एक्स मीटर्स। तो ये एक्स मीटर्स की एक रेस है and Anthony completes the race is 14 meters ahead of Amar। इसका क्या मीनिंग है? इफ यू रिमेम्बर, हमने जो टाइम कांस्टेंट या टाइम फिक्स वाली जो कैटेगरी ऑफ क्वेश्चन देखा था, उसमें सबसे पहले व्हाट वी टुक वाज कि दिस एन एग्जांपल वाज अ लीनियर रेस, एंड इन दैट वी डिस्कस दैट एंथनी बीट्स अमर, या इस तरह के कुछ फ्रेजेस को हमने देखा था। तो दिस इज वन ऑफ द डिफरेंट वे ऑफ अनदर वे ऑफ पुटिंग द सेम थिंग। So Anthony completes the race 14 meters ahead of Amar। So this clearly means that Anthony beat Amar. Anthony ran faster than Amar. And when Anthony completed the entire race, Amar was 14 meters behind him. Okay. Similarly, Akbar finishes 20 meters ahead of Anthony and 32 meters ahead of Amar। So out of all these three, what we can deduce is that ki Amar is the sorry, Akbar is the fastest guy। Okay। ठीक है। सो यूजिंग द अबव द प्रीवियस क्वेश्चन, इस केस में क्या है, द टाइम कांस्टेंट वाला कॉन्सेप्ट लग जाएगा। विल अप्लाई द टाइम कांस्टेंट, टाइम नॉट कांस्टेंट, अगेन बेग माय पार्डन, टाइम सेम और फिक्स्ड। तो व्हाट डू वी अप्लाई इन दिस? case, in such condition, D1 by S1 is equals to D2 by S2. Okay. Those who are not able to grasp this, please go back and watch the previous lecture, probably lecture 2, that I have discussed this. And yeah, so applying the same. So first of all, let's assume assume their speeds. Speed of Amar, Akbar, and 3. So Amar ka speed, let's say it is A. I am taking this to be A meter per second. This is B meter per second. This is C meter per second. Okay. Hold on a second. You guys just try solving the question. I'll be just back in a jiffy. Yeah. So let's see. Now putting in the values and applying the concept. फर्स्ट इस चीज को देखते हैं, इस फ्रेज को, एंथनी कंप्लीट्स द रेस इन 14 मीटर्स अहेड ऑफ अमर। तो इसका एक्सप्रेशन कैसा आ जाएगा? एंथनी बीट्स अमर। ठीक है, सो लेट एक्स मीटर्स की तो रेस है, तो फर्स्ट इक्वेशन इज एक्स बाई एंथनी की स्पीड है विच इज सी, सो दिस इज व्हाट द टाइम टेकन बाय एंथनी टू कवर द एंटायर रेस। ठीक है, मैं ड्रॉ भी कर लेता हूँ, सॉरी। This is x meter. So when Anthony reached this point, Amar was 14 meters behind him. Here, let's say this, and this is 14 meters. So जितने टाइम में the time taken by Anthony to cover this distance, the entire x meters, the same time was taken by Amar to complete x minus 14 meters. So Amar is A. So this is one relation that we get. Okay. Let's say इसको मैं एक relation one या equation one कहता हूँ. Now in the similar fashion, writing framing this set also, this information also, Akbar finishes 20 meters ahead of Anthony. Sorry, it's not Anthony, Anthony. So again, writing the similar equation. Akbar का speed है. What is the speed of Akbar? Akbar's speed is B. So x by B. This is the time taken by Akbar to finish the entire race, and he finishes 20 meters ahead of Anthony. So x minus 20 by Anthony is C. Okay, this is what we get. So let's see. Okay, this is equation 2. And the third part is Akbar finishes 32 meters ahead of Amar. So again, x by b is equals to x minus 32 by the speed of Amar is a. So one thing I would want to point out here is कि a lot of the times I'm slightly digressing, but it's a very important point. A lot of the times what students do is कि they assume sir ये 40 मीटर ahead है अमर से एंथनी, और तो में गैप तो कांस्टेंट रहेगा, मतलब what students do is कि let's say अकबर finishes 20 meters ahead of एंथनी. ठीक है, तो what they do is कि they will draw a figure like this, जहाँ पे इसमें इनको they will deduce कि अकबर is finishing ahead of एंथनी and एंथनी is finishing ahead of अमर, तो विनर इज फर्स्ट पे आएगा, फर्स्ट इज अकबर, सेकंड इज एंथनी, एंड अमर इज द लास्ट. ठीक है, दिस इज फाइन डिडक्शन. correct also. But the problem comes here when they say, sir, this is Akbar, and then yeah, Anthony would be 20 meters behind him, and where Anthony is, वहां से 14 meters पीछे will be Amar. This is 20, this is 14. And so अकबर और एंथनी में डिफरेंस क्या होगा, 34 meters. So this is wrong. Why is this wrong? See, अगर for example time being I am taking just assuming numbers for the assuming some value for their speeds. Let's say this is 7 और अकबर का, suppose example के तौर पे, this is not, I'm not, this is not the value that we find, but I'm just assuming for the sake of example and explanation कि let's say इसकी स्पीड, अकबर की स्पीड 7 मीटर पर सेकंड है, इसकी 6 मीटर पर सेकंड है, और इसकी 5 मीटर पर सेकंड है, ऐसा कुछ स्पीड है. अब आप देखिए कि अभी एट प्रेजेंट व्हाट इज हैपनिंग. अमर और ये अमर, एंथनी और अमर, एंथनी एंड अमर के बीच, अमर एंड एंथनी, दिस इज अमर, दिस इज एंथनी. इनके बीच में डिफरेंस है 14 meters का. ठीक है. नाउ इनकी स्पीड्स के बीच का डिफरेंस कितना है, सॉरी आई शुड, हाँ ठीक है, ठीक है, सही है. इनके बीच स्पीड्स के बीच का डिफरेंस है 1 meter per second, एंड दिस एंथनी इज लीडिंग, तो एंथनी की स्पीड ज्यादा है. तो इनके बीच का जो गैप है, दिस विल कीप ऑन इंक्रीजिंग बाय 1 meter एवरी सेकेंड. मतलब नेक्स्ट सेकंड क्या होगा आप देखिए, इफ यू गो इनटू द नेक्स्ट सेकंड के उस पे इंटरवल बजाय, एंड यू नोटिस दीज टू पीपल, एंथनी विल मूव 6 meters अहेड. तो यहाँ से 6 मीटर आगे, तो इधर कहीं आ जाएगा, एंड दिस इज 6 meters, एंड दिस पर्सन अमर विल मूव 5 meters अहेड. तो फाइनल जो नेक्स्ट डिस्टेंस होगा इनके बीच का, व्हाट विल बी दैट, 14 तो है, +6 इसने एंथनी ने बढ़ाया, और -5 जो कि अमर ने और कवर करके कम किया. तो दिस इज 15 meters. तो नेक्स्ट सेकंड इनके बीच का गैप जो है 15 meters हो जाए, एंड विल कीप ऑन इंक्रीजिंग until one of them reaches the finish line and stops the race. सो द यहाँ पे जो किसी एक इंस्टेंट पे जो 14 मीटर जो भी है ये डिस्टेंस दे रखा है, दैट इज गिवन, दैट इज नॉट कि इट डजंट मीन कि ये दिस विल बी दिस रिमेन कांस्टेंट थ्रू आउट द एंटायर रेस. This distance will keep on changing and it will probably get reduced, sorry, increase. ठीक है. दैट इज द रीजन हम ऐसा अज्यूम नहीं कर सकते कि 14 + 20 34 मीटर से अकबर विल बीट अमर. दैट इज नॉट पॉसिबल, दैट इज इनकरेक्ट. Hence we have to follow the entire approach like this way. ठीक है. I took this time because this is very important. Students a lot of times get confused and take wrong assumptions and solve the question incorrectly. And if you want to check further, want to validate it, आप चेक करके देखिए the math won't match. ठीक है. ये अकबर finishes 20 meters ahead of Anthony, 32 meters ahead of Amar. This won't match with this. You can just try it out. ठीक है. अपना आप देख ही सकते हैं, इसके हिसाब से अकबर और अमर में डिफरेंस आना चाहिए 34 का, बट गिवन है 32 meters पे, तो डिस्टेंस इज 32 meters. ठीक है. तो 2 meters का गैप, तो दैट कैनॉट, हेंस द मैथ्स डजंट मैच. ठीक है. तो वी हैव टू सॉल्व यूजिंग दीज थ्री इक्वेशंस. नाउ हाउ टू सॉल्व दीज काइंड ऑफ इक्वेशंस, दैट्स अगेन इट्स ऑब्जर्व देम केयरफुली. सी यहाँ पे इन दो टू और थ्री को देखा जाए तो दिस पार्ट इज कॉमन, तो I can eliminate this part and make a equation in A and C. So यहाँ पे C, यहाँ पे B, यहाँ पे C. So let's do that. What we get is using these two equations, x minus 20 by C is equals to x minus 32 by A. ठीक है. This is what we get. Now इसको let's call it 4. मैं इतने सारे नंबरिंग कर रहा हूँ, don't get overwhelmed कि इतनी सारी इक्वेशंस बने, so many equations, how to solve them. Don't worry, these are very basic kinds of very basic kind, you can easily solve. Now using these two equations, what I'm going to do is I will divide these two equations. So dividing of the equation means what? कुछ नहीं है, सिंपल, इस साइड का मतलब कि इस साइड में जो आ रहा है वो इससे डिवाइड, आपस में डिवाइड हो जाएंगे, इस साइड में जो आ रहा है वो आपस में डिवाइड हो जाएंगे. So the end result would be I'll write it down in a very in the step-by-step fashion. X by C upon X minus 20 by C is equals to X minus 14 by A upon X minus 32 by A. You can cancel out C, C, A, A. What do you get? X by X minus 20 is equals to X minus 14 by X minus 32. अब ये is a simple इसमें quadratic बनेगा. You can solve it, but it's very easy. But I will still delineate the steps. So this will happen go through cross multiplication. ये इधर ये इधर. What we get is X into X minus 32 is equals to X minus 20 into X minus 14. Solving these two, the equation, we get X square minus 32 X is equals to X square minus 280 minus 34X. Okay, and solving this, what we get is this 34 goes this side, so 34X minus 32X. Take it. This is plus sign. It will be plus sign. My mistake. Okay. Is equals to 280. This means 2X is equals to 280. Means X is equals to 140 meters. Okay. So what did we have? Amar speed. We have to find out the Amar's speed. Amar's speed is this part C. Okay. So now putting in the values, what do we get? Let's say putting in the values, what we get is एक मिनट, कुछ और information missing तो नहीं है? नहीं. Customer speed. Okay, fine. What we get is here X is 140. I am putting it in this equation. Equation 1. 140 by C is equals to 126 by A. So आपको अमर का निकालना, A निकालना. So what you do is C को substitute कर दीजिए. So this becomes C is equals to 140 by 126 A. This is 14 tens are 14 nines are 10A by 9. अब इसको put it in, let's say, this equation. So I have to take another page. Let me just insert a page. Sorry for this thing. Uh, okay. So I put this in here. What we get is 7 by B is equals to 6 by C. इसको अगेन यहाँ से रिप्लेस कर देते हैं. What we get is 35 by B. 35 by B is equals to 27 by A. Okay. I think something more information should be given, but I don't think we can find out the exact value of the this thing speeds. The ratio we can find out, but exact के लिए थोड़ा सा और कुछ चाहिए होगा. 013. Yeah, so we cannot find, probably we cannot find the speed, but we can find the distance, and some more information would be required to this thing, to solve the equation, find out the exact value of the speed. यहाँ पे भी अगर हम देखें इस इक्वेशन 3 में, if I put the values, what do we get? 140 by B is equals to 108 by A. So you so this gives you 35 by B is equals to 27 by A. So just further you cannot solve it. They can definitely find out the ratio of these the speeds, but you cannot find out the exact value of A, B, and C. This question originally was an MCQ, but I just took it. I thought maybe we could solve it. So probably there would be an option which would ask for something. What could be the ratio? What could be the possible value of A or B or C? So it must have been in that fashion. But from here, given data, we cannot find the exact values of A, B, and C because of the uh, circular constraint. Because वो ratio में ही आ रहा है, we cannot find exact value. ठीक है? These things happen, but okay, that's fine. So we should always be vigilant and what exactly the question is asking and what options are given to us. That is very important for us to read carefully. Okay, so that's the thing. Now I hope you understood the concept at least. So moving forward, we have another question from the races. Now this question says, 10-kilometer race A, B, and C each running at uniform speed. Get gold, silver, and bronze. The gold is given to the first, second, silver is second, and bronze is third prize. A beats B by 1 kilometer, B beats C by 1 kilometer. Then how many meters does A beat C? So again, drawing the figure. This is 10 kilometers. So first statement is कि the first of all the winner is A. Gold पे A, B, and C. A beats B by 1 kilometer. Let's say A का speed of A is A meter per second, speed of B is B meter per second, speed of C is C meter per second. So putting in the method in the form of equation on the statement one, A beats B by 1 kilometer. So I can write this as 10 by A. और जितनी देर में, this is what the time in which A covered 10 kilometers. That is the complete the entire race. In that time, B had covered 1 kilometer less, so which means 9 by B. Okay. And similarly, B beats C by 1 kilometer. So again, we can write it here as 10 by B is equals to 9 by C. Now we need to find A and C की बीच में relations. I mean, similar kind of relation between A and C. So most probably it will be something of this sort. And these two things will give us कि कहाँ तक कितना है, how much by how many meters did A beat C. Okay. Now from these two relations, what we can do is eliminate B. ठीक है, B की वैल्यू सब्स्टिट्यूट कर दीजिए, you will get it. So what I can do is 1 by B into 9 है ये. This can be written as 1 by B into 9. वैसा. This can be written as like this. So we can find out the value 1 by B using this. What is 1 by B? 1 by B is 9 by 10C. So putting it here, what we get is 10 by A is equals to 1 by B into 9. Sorry, 1 by B is 9 by 10C. So putting in the values, 9 by 10C. So this is, if you rearrange it, this becomes, this 100 goes here and becomes 100 by A is equals to 81 by C. Now I use from 100 ये हो गया ना. हाँ. So अब हमसे पूछा गया कि 10 किलोमीटर रेस में किसने किसको कितने से हराया. तो यहाँ पे 100 है. व्हाट वी नीड इज की समथिंग ऑफ दिस सॉर्ट. तो मल्टीप्लाई बोथ द साइड्स बाय 100. तो व्हाट वी गेट इज 10 is equals to. So we can clearly see that in a 10 kilometer race, A beats C by 10,000 minus 8,100, which is 9,100. So A beats B by 9,100 meters. I hope you got the concept. If not, again watch the video. Go through the concept that we discussed in lecture one, and then after that try solving it. I think you will be able to understand the concept and be able to solve the question. Okay. Now moving on to the next question. There are three cars. Car A beats car B by 45 kilometer per 45 kilometers. B beats C by 15 kilometers. A beats C by 90 kilometers. The distance in kilometer over which the race has been conducted, that you have to find. So let's say this is the distance of race, and A, B, C are participants. This is the speed of A meter per second. This B meter per second, and this be C meter per second. Okay. Now putting in this statement, A beats B by 45 kilometers. Okay. So I can write this as D by A is equals to D minus 45 by C. And statement 2, car B beats C by 50 kilometers. B by car B equals to D minus 50 by C. This is another equation. And third equation is a car A beats car C by 90 kilometers. So D by A is equals to D minus 90 by C. So this is what we get. Oh, I'm right. Oh, the equation is not correct. So here d minus 45 should be solved by, this should come out to be b. Okay, now we need to find out the distance over which the trace had been conducted. So we need to find the value of d. Okay, so using this part, this equation and this equation, I can eliminate I can eliminate a. Using these two equations, what we get is d minus 90 by c is equals to d minus 45 by d. And this is d minus 50 by c is equals to d by b. Okay, now dividing the equations. What will happen? What will we get? So what we'll get is this d minus 90 by d minus 50 is equals to d minus 45 by d. अब आपको क्रॉस मल्टीप्लाई करना होगा. You will have to do cross multiply and solve it. So we will do it. D into d minus 90 is equals to d minus 50 into d minus 45. Solving these equations, what we get is d square minus 90d is equals to d square minus 95d plus 250. So cancelling it out. This goes away. This goes away. What we get is 5d is equals to 2250. So d comes out to be 450 meters. I hope you are able to understand the question and the solution as well. Let's move on to the next question. Read the question, press the pause button, and try solving it on your own. In the meantime, what does the question say? The distance between the office and hours of Alok is 100 kilometers. Only one day he was late by an hour when the normal time to leave for the office. Then the normal time office. Okay. So he increased his speed by 5 kilometers per hour and reached the office at normal time. Okay. So let's say the usual speed is s and usual time is t taken by Alok. Okay. Now what does it say? One day he was late by an hour than the normal time to leave, more than the normal time to leave for office. His, so he increased his speed by 5 kilometers per hour and reached the office at time. ठीक है. One day he was late by an hour in the normal time to leave for the office, so he increases his speed. So let's say that day, this day, and the speed is s. Okay, and late by normal time. So let's the normal time be t. So okay, let's usual speed be s and normal time be t. So in the first case, one day he was late by an hour. So t plus one is the time taken, and this is the s1 case. And then when he increases the speed, so he increases the speed of 5 kilometers and reach the office at normal time. So he increases his speed. So wait, uh, s plus 5 into t. So, wait a minute, am I missing something? Distance between the office and home of Alok is 100 kilometers per hour, 100 kilometers. One day he was late by an hour. Then the normal time to leave for the office. So he increased the speed of 5 kilometers per hour, reach the office at normal time. Okay, so my mistake. What the question is saying is, let's just correct it. I will re again do the question. So what it's saying is कि one day, let's say for example, he leaves his home at 9 a.m. and reaches the home after T hours and reaches this point B. On a particular day, he left the place 1 hour late. So means he left instead of 9 a.m. he left at 10 a.m. And since he was late and he had to reach on time, so he had to increase his speed. So उसका जो नया speed था that is s plus 5. And to cover the with the speed he has to cover the entire distance not in t hours but in t minus 1 hour because he had to be on time this time here. टी आवर्स जो लगते हैं उसके हिसाब से लेट्स से 9 AM प्लस टी आवर्स होता है उस 9 AM प्लस टी आवर्स पे इसको पहुंचना है जबकि ये 1 घंटा लेट है. So this is the concept of distance constant, so we can apply that. So this is s into t is equals to s plus 5 into t minus 1. This is equals to 100. पहले इन दोनों को यूज करते हैं. What we'll get is it is I hope this is a distance, so I am equating with 100. St is equals to st minus s plus 5t minus 5. This st gone. What we get is s minus इसको rearrange करते हैं. What we get is 5t minus s is equals to 5. Okay. एंड इसको फिर फर्दर इसको भी यूज करते हैं, इसको यूज करते हैं इसके साथ में. और इसके अलावा ऐसे भी कर सकते हैं आप. 5t इज इक्वल्स टू s प्लस 5/5. ऐसा भी कर सकते हैं. नाउ पुट दिस इन दिस इक्वेशन विच मीन एस टी इक्वल्स टू 100. इसमें पुट कर दीजिए. तो यू विल गेट इज व्हाट यू गेट इज s इंटू s प्लस 5/5 is equals to 100. So you get is what you get is s into s plus 5 is equals to 500. So solving this, what you get is s equals to 25, s equals to 20, sorry, s equals to 20 kilometer per hour. And the change speed is s plus 5. So that is 25 kilometer per hour. This is the change speed. Okay. So let's stop till here only. And in the next lecture, we'll continue this entire sheet. There are a couple of more questions. I will share the sheet in the link also in my description also. So आप लोग वहां से डाउनलोड कर सकते हैं and refer the sheet and try to solve the questions on your own also. So see you in the next lecture. I hope you understood the concept that I've taught in this class and the way the questions are being solved. See you in the next lecture soon. Thank you.